the great opportunity for Canadian companies in India is that India is, at the coalface of one of the most extraordinary, revolutions in economic terms in our lifetime. Certainly, it goes without saying that countries like India, China, Brazil, Turkey, Vietnam, these are the sort of economies of scale of the 21st century. In the 20th century, the United States was the economy of scale, where you built a product, you sold to 300 million consumers, and then you went on to win the world after that. But the real economies of scale, where there's significant growth, youthful growth, there's all of the growth that you get when you're building infrastructure is going to come from sort of these emerging countries, or in fact, merged countries in many ways. So the opportunity for market access is extraordinary, and particularly as people grow products and services and infrastructure that are leapfrogging technologies that existed prior to them. And so people in India, when we're talking about moving 300 million people from rural areas into cities, we're not talking about moving them into cities as we know them, but as cities in a much newer context, and smart cities that these next generation cities are going to be much more efficient, much better uses of water to energy, to all of those things, and the buildings themselves will be a lot more effective. And part of the reason that is the second reason why Canadian companies actually will be going in India and should be going in India, and that's because of innovation. We've heard a lot about frugal innovation, how India's become a leader in the world in frugal innovation. Well, what is that? Really, frugal innovation is about constraint. You get innovation in a meaningful way when you have a constraint and you have smart people and resources applied to that constraint. And that's where you're going to start seeing a leapfrog in technologies, in everything from alternative energy to food, to water, to looking at clean tech in general, but also in basic services, from healthcare to manufacturing. And part of that is going to be as a result of, again, smart people applied to a constrained situation. And India is on the coalface of some of the biggest collective action problems of the 21st century, from climate change to water to food crises. And so it's in India's not just interest but need to make sure these issues are resolved, because only if it can grow inclusively. We've heard a lot about inclusive growth over the last decade, but can India really not just meet its desires, but also its requirements? And so, for those two reasons, for market access and in one of the great economies of scale, and secondly, innovation, India is going to be a significant presence for Canada. It's going to, in our lifetimes, in our children's lifetime, these will become extremely important markets, and we've got to be there both offensively to increase our market share into an emerging market, but also defensively to make sure that we're there to learn alongside India as it innovates and into the supply chains that we know and sell into, not just in Canada, but globally. Thank you very much.